Nissan got the world in a frenzy when rumors surfaced of the new 400Z. Or just Z as Nissan has decided to call it. Car enthusiasts and young teenagers alike were really excited as the 400Z was set to be known as the last true enthusiast tuner car. The press release came and the car lived up to its hype in all ways possible. A beautiful retro design that seamlessly combines all previous generations into one. A powerful and highly capable engine. And most importantly and preferably, it's offered with a manual transmission as standard. This car will definitely have a place in all our hearts, but is it the right car for you? Have you ever heard about the Infiniti Q60 Red Sport? A car that's been overlooked since its release date despite having huge potential and capabilities. Some may say it has similar amounts of potential as the new 400Z. After all, they do share the same engine. A gorgeous coupe that's arguably one of the best looking in its class. The Q60 may not have a place in our hearts, but maybe it should have one in your driveway. Both these cars appeal to a similar demographic, so today I've decided to take a look into the similarities and key differences. Alongside the pros and cons each vehicle may have over the other. So without further ado, let's get started. Now if you were to put these cars side by side, it would be easy to spot the differences, so let's take a look at the direction similarities. First, as I've stated before, both cars share the same engine, and although the 400Z has been confirmed to have a 6-speed manual transmission, it's rumored that the 7-speed automatic available in the Q60 will become an option. Both cars come standard with rear-wheel drive, but all-wheel drive will also be an option for the consumer. So as far as drivetrain, both cars are clear to be similar in a lot of ways. The new Z car will be built around a heavily updated version of the FM platform currently underpinning the 370Z, Infiniti Q50, and Infiniti Q60. We still love to drive the 370Z, so the idea of a whole new geometry and suspension components on an improved chassis is tantalizing. Available upgrades through packages are also expected, including adjustable suspension, upgraded steering, and a limited slip differential. Despite sharing a platform, don't expect the 400Z to be just a restyled version of the Q60. As a dedicated two-door sports coupe with compact dimensions, the chassis will be exceptionally stiff. Which leads me away from the similarities and onto the differences. Now, despite the Q60 Red Sport power potential, it is marketed to be a top-level luxury coupe unlike the 400Z, which is solely performance-driven. Another the difference would be the potential aftermarket community. Though the Q60 does have a fanbase, you have to admit it is not that large, and as a result the aftermarket support is quite limited. The fact that the 400Z was overly hyped before its press release was even confirmed. It's no secret that the Z community has been waiting for this one. Already being called the last true tuner car, I think we're expecting to see a community rivaling that of some of the most popular aftermarket spaces in America, such as the BRZ, 86 and Subaru WRX. So what are some pros and cons between the two, you might ask? Well, the first thing you can take into consideration when shopping between the two is price. Even though the 400Z and the Q60 both have a base price of just a little over $40,000. The Q60 Red Sport that's strong enough to rival the Z starts at around $58,000. Now if buying new, the Z is easily the right answer, but thanks to depreciation, lack of interest, and time on the market, a used low-mileage 2018 and up Q60 Red Sport could cost you anywhere from $27,000 to $37,000 depending on condition. So the big takeaway is that if have to get a new vehicle, get the 400Z. And if you don't mind having a slightly used vehicle, get the Q60 to save a couple thousands. Another thing to take into consideration is the future between the two cars. The 400Z is new and is already loved, so I expect it to have a prosperous future. But what about the Q60? Well, Automotive News has learned that a Q50 redesign is planned for 2023, complete with a new electrified platform. It'll still have a gasoline engine, but Nissan's e-Power hybrid technology turns that engine into a power generator for the lithium-ion battery and electric propulsion system. But what about the Q60? Does it have a future? The answer appears to be no. At the moment, Infiniti has not disclosed the Q60's future, but as the luxury coupe segment, in general, is dwindling, it wouldn't make much sense to continue offering a slow seller. Infiniti has managed to sell just a little under 6,000 Q60 last year. Not a figure they were looking to sell. Will the Q60 be discontinued? I hope not, but only time will tell. But even after all has been said and done, the only differences that matter are the ones you decide do when the time comes to make a purchase. Let me know in the comments below which car would you buy if you were to make a decision. Please leave your suggestions in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.